Hey, I'm Evan Bourcier, and you're watching vlog number 15, where I'm going to talk all about running your social media as a filmmaker. This is a question that I've gotten a lot recently from a few people on YouTube, and people have asked about getting views on videos, how you build an Instagram following, and then someone today asked me about balancing building your online brand as a person or a DP or whatever it may be, your personal brand, and building your brand as a production company, assuming that you work directly with clients. And I think that's a really important thing that not a lot of people talk about. We live in a world where everyone's on social media and it's a very open community and all these things. But I think that it's really easy to get caught up in building your personal brand on social media. And I think that that's important to a degree, but I think it really depends what you're trying to do. If you're trying to work as a production company direct to clients, then it's really not that important to have a really great personal filmmaker social media presence, I don't think. It's fun, and as someone who I guess has a pretty decent social media presence and following, I would say that it's definitely fun, but it's really not that valuable all the time, because it's just like you get a lot of likes on your pictures and people ask you lots of questions and want a lot of help for free, and it takes a lot of time out of your day. But if you're not converting it into anything, whether that's work or really work, then it really isn't doing much for you. Now, it can be valuable. Like, it's valuable because I definitely get DP gigs out of it. So I get hired to shoot stuff for people, and I like shooting stuff for people, so that's good. It's also valuable because I get to partner with other companies whose gear that I really like, and sometimes that can lead to discounts on gear and stuff because they really want you to use their stuff, and that's a perk, but honestly, it doesn't really happen that much. And so you're spending a lot of time to run social media and impress people with your negative, spacey, dark, anamorphic frames, and all you're impressing are other filmmakers, and you're kind of playing this who looks best game that isn't necessarily valuable. Now, if you can run social media in a way that all your local marketing directors and small business owners and everything look to you and are coming to hire you to make projects for them, that's really valuable, because that means thousands and thousands of dollars, which is really good, and you get to work. Now, money isn't the end-all be-all by any stretch, and it definitely depends on your role of whether you want to be a shooter or a freelancer or you want to be working direct with clients. But you have to really look at what is my goal and what is the most valuable thing for me to set as a goal, and how do I accomplish that? If you are a gear manufacturing company looking to sell gear to filmmakers, you should probably run social media in a way that appeals to filmmakers, which probably means gear pictures, funky, artsy, sexy frames, whatever the things that those people like are. If you're trying to run social media in a way that appeals to marketing directors and businesses, you probably do content that talks about, hey, here's how to do whatever in a way that helps your brand. Here's how to, you talk about things that are helpful to them, and you hopefully show things that are helpful to them, and don't just talk about things that are over their head about codecs and whatever. Now, that being said, you can go either way with that. You can go towards the personal brand. You can go towards the production company brand. I admit that I'm not good at the production company social media, and I am pretty good at the personal brand social media, but I'm really trying to figure out how to fix that and do a better job, because it's helping the amount of DP work I get, but it's actually measurably hurting the amount of direct-to-client work we're doing. So that's something to be aware of. As far as building that following, I think the most important things you can do are not try too hard. Everyone's seen that guy who's just commenting on people's pictures, asking them to follow him or look at their feed, or that just mass follows people to get a following, and, all these different things you can do. I don't recommend doing that. Post valuable content, whether that's just pretty content on Instagram, educational stuff, hop into conversations on Twitter and Facebook, start to make connections with people, be honest and genuine, and try to put more into the system than you're taking out of it, and people will start to be attracted to that. And that leads to you having a following, and that can be valuable, but then you have to figure out how to convert it too. So that's all I'm going to say about that for now, because that's a long conversation. But what I did want to say is that I'm going to be doing some cool new content soon on gear and lighting, which a lot of people have been asking about, and I've been waiting to do for a number of reasons. So that should start coming out this week. Going to break down my red package and all the pieces I chose and why, what they cost. I'm going to talk some more about lighting breakdowns, doing a lot of interview lighting this week that we're going to be able to explain. And then the other thing that I'm doing is running a new podcast called the Super Secret Filmcast, and you can find that at supersecretfilmcast.com. We're 2 episodes in so far. Tomorrow I'm recording episode 3 with special guest Matt Workman. He's this film guy you might have heard of. His YouTube channel, you should look him up. Anyway, if you are a patron on patreon.com/eBourcier and you are pledging to support what I'm doing here with the YouTube and the blog and the podcast and everything, you get the opportunity to ask podcast guest questions. So you can go on there, and I'm pulling all my questions for Matt Workman off of the patron comments. So if you want to ask Matt some comments, go check out Patreon. We'll have a link below. Aside from that, I'm always looking to hear what you guys want me to talk about. Leave some comments with suggestions for things coming up, and I will see you soon.